Hi BookTube, my name is Sarah and welcome to the Bookish Knitter. Today I am coming to you with a Harlequin book haul. So I'm sitting in my corner of some of my Harlequin books. They are a mess, as you guys can tell. Nothing is in any particular order. I am still working on trying to get all of that done. But for now, I am here with a book haul, a Dare book haul. These are the Harlequin Dare novels in physical format. I put the question out in my last weekly reads video if you guys were interested in seeing the haul that I got. So a friend of the podcast, of the Categorically Romance podcast, reached out to Brie and I and was cleaning out her office and asked if we wanted some of these. And we said, yes, please. So she sent them our way. Now, the thing is that these books you could not buy in North America in physical edition. The Dare novels you can get on ebook. No problem. But if you wanted physical editions of them, you had to get them from Mills & Boon in the UK. So these are quite special, in my opinion, just because they're not something that we could readily buy here in our local stores. Also, there are some of these books that are Harlequin branded in a way, but they are physical editions, but they were not sold here. So I believe they were for promotional purposes only. So that's extra special to have some of these ones. So there might be duplicates in here. I haven't really gone through all of them just yet, but I wanted to show them all to you guys. So there's 3 different types here. We have single titles that came out from Mills & Boon. Then Mills & Boon released them as duology, so like 2 full-length books in one novel. And then I have these ones that were Harlequin, more Harlequin branded. So I will show them to you separately, like each of the piles separately. So the first one are the single titles from Mills & Boon. And I believe these are the first few in the Dare series. I'll have to double check. These are in no particular order other than the format that they're in. So the first one, again, these are, as you can see, it says Mills & Boon, Dare. And this is A Week to Be Wild by J.C. Haraway. So, looks really good. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Dare novels are the most explicit novels from Harlequin. They're no longer being published, sadly. There are no new books coming out. I know I'm sad about the fact that the series is gone, so is Brie, and there's a lot of other people who are really disappointed that the series is no more, but I'm really, really happy to have these, and as well, as I already said, you can find all of these, of course, on the Harlequin website, or on your ebook retailer of choice, whether it be Harlequin, Mills & Boon, Amazon, what have you, you will be able to find these books. So, like I said, A Week to Be Wild by J.C. Haraway. And then we have Ruled by Anne Marsh. Anne Marsh is a favorite author of mine. I'm familiar with her writing, of course, from the Blaze novels, which is where I first started reading her books. So happy to have this one. And the last of like the single title Mills & Boon is Off Limits by Claire Connolly. I'm another huge fan. I am a big fan of Claire Connolly as well. I've read a number of her books. She has also written for, excuse me, because some of these things are just at my fingertips. She has also written quite a bunch for Presents, Claire Connolly. So yeah, I'm a big fan of her work. Again, very, very happy to have these. So, whoops. I took them all out of the box that I had them in, so the box is just sitting here beside me. So now what we have are the doubles, like the duets, if you will, like the 2-in-1. So they published these, and I talked about this in my weekly reads video. I really like this idea because, I mean, have a look at my shelves, right? I have a lot of category romance books. I collect these. But if they started bringing them out, like, let's say in the month of, like, August, they have 6 books in the special edition line, just because I'm looking at it right over here. They're blue, and I know they're right behind me too, right there. Special edition line. Let's say they have 6 of those being published. They could put out 6 individual volumes, or they could put out 3 bind-ups. I kind of love the idea of the bind-ups for space purposes. Although, on the flip side, I have to admit, I'm not a fan of bind-ups when it comes to ebooks. So you can buy bind-ups from Harlequin or from Mills & Boon, of like, here's all the titles coming out in this imprint this month. And like for special edition, we'll continue to use that as the example. For special edition, there's 6 titles. You can get 2 bind-ups of 3 books each. Those I don't like for ebooks. And the reason is, and this is so silly, is that it's hard to know where I am in the story. Like, I know where I am in the story, but, you know, when you've got 3 full-length books and you're like, oh, I'm only 20% of the way through this entire, they count it as one ebook. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's weird. I'm not a fan of bind-ups in ebook format, but I love the idea of them in print book format. So we can all have our quirks. It's fine, you guys. It's fine. So the first one we have here is Sexy Beast by Jackie Asherden and Burn My Heart, another one by Claire Connolly. So yeah, so there are these bind-ups, these 2-in-1s. They're all different colors, which I kind of love. I'm not sure why, but there's the spine, in case you guys wanted to see that. So again, Mills and Boon. So these came from the UK. Very, very excited. The next one we have is Taming Reed by J. Margot Critch and Pure Temptation by Rebecca Hunter. So there's that one. Bree, like Bree was saying, these covers are very, I mean, clearly you can tell from the covers that these are much more explicit books than what you're used to seeing in Category. But like she said, it almost reminds her of old Hollywood, and I can see that as well. This one is Hot Boss, another one by Anne Marsh, and Wild Wedding Hookup by Jamie K. Schmidt. So there's those ones. Love, love, love. Then we have In for Keeps by Taryn Bell and Under His Touch by Catherine Fox. Very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, I do love these. Forbidden to Touch, another one by J.C. Haraway, and She Devil by Christy McKellen. Gorgeous, gorgeous covers on these. Unbreak My Heart, H-A-R-T, by Claire Connolly, and Bad Mistake by J.C. Haraway. Love, love, love. We have Me by Anne Marsh and Devoured by Catherine Fox. Oh, these are so good. You know, I'll be honest, guys, I was not super excited when they got rid of the Blaze line and brought these out. I still miss Blaze. I wish that they would bring Blaze back. However, that being said, the more I'm reading of these, the more I'm appreciating them for what they are. You know, yes, they are very explicit, very open door. Of course, they are the erotic novels, but they have great stories to them too. And that's what I'm like really starting to realize. And that really makes me very, very happy. Did I just, bear with me. Sorry. I thought I just saw something here. Oh no, I was looking at something else. Sorry. Okay, so next we have Teach Me by Caitlin Cruz and Getting Dirty by Rachel Stewart. We were lucky enough to interview Rachel Stewart on the podcast. She is a delight. I'd love to talk to Caitlin Cruz too, but Caitlin Cruz writes, speaking of stuff over my shoulder, she co-writes with Maisie Yates. And Jackie Asherden, who also writes for the Presents line. She writes these cowboy anthologies with Maisie Yates. So, and I think Caitlin Cruz also writes a lot for Presents. So there really is there's a difference between the Presents books and the Dare books. But if you like these and you're missing these, definitely check out Presents. So yeah. Glad to have that one. The next one we have is At Your Service by A.C. Arthur and Guilty Pleasure by Taryn Lynn Taylor. Gorgeous, gorgeous cover on that one. And then we have The Player by Stephanie London and Our Little Secret by Rachel Stewart. This one I think I showed in that video. But yeah, big fan of both of these authors' works. So very happy to have this one. And then Tempt Me by Caitlin Cruz and Pure Attraction by Rebecca Hunter. So there are the duologies. So now on to the last books, these final books, because these are the ones that made me the most excited. So like I said, these were not sold in North America, but this is definitely the North American branding on them. And yeah, but as you can see on the back, there is no ISBN number. There's none of that. And in the back of the book, there is no ads. Like typically you'll see ads in the back of the book, but there's none. So if you look at one of these, just as a for example, you see that there's ads. Like, oh, pick out these other books, try out these other series, that kind of thing. That's not in these ones. So that's why, to my understanding, these were for promotional purposes only. So we have, the first one here is Getting Naughty by Avril Tremaine. And like I said, more the North American branding with this kind of neon dare. They did change, they got rid of that later as the series progressed, but that to me is very North American, to what I remember of the North American. So if you look up these books in ebook edition, this is the cover you're going to see for them. The next one we have is Worth the Risk by Zara Cox. There we go. Oh, another Rachel Stewart. Mr. One Night Stand by Rachel Stewart. I'm so happy I got a lot of Rachel Stewart because I just want to read everything that she has written now. This one, Her Guilty Secret by Claire Connolly. Now, I've read this one. This was quite good. This was a boss-employee type romance. Takes place in London. It was really good. I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I can absolutely recommend this one because I've read it. Next up we have Secret Pleasure by Taryn Lee Taylor. So there's that one. Oh, the cover on this one, you guys. Stripped by Nicola Marsh. Yeah. Wow. That's all I have to say is wow. Then we have Legal Desire by Lisa Childs. I guess clearly a legal innocent until proven wicked, it says on the back. Ooh. He'll need all of his powers of seduction. Oh, he's a lawyer. And she's a gorgeous ice queen. Sounds good to me. Next we have My Royal Surrender by Riley Pine. So there's that one. A couple more here, you guys. Forbidden to Taste by J.C. Haraway. I'm so happy to have these. So happy. I really like the cover on this one. Decadent by Alex Andrea. Alex Andrea, I believe is how you say her name. So there we go. And then we have Sweet as Sin by J. Margot Critch. It looks like it would probably be a motorcycle romance, maybe? Takes place in Vegas. I'm intrigued. Sounds good. I love the cover on this one too. Untamed by Caitlin Cruz. Clearly a surfer, summery type romance. Then we have First Class Sin by Carl Lockwood. So there's that one. And the last one here, we have The Risk, again by Caitlin Cruz. So that one looks super fantastic as well. So yay! So guys, that's it. That's all I was sitting down to share with you guys. You asked to see the haul. I'm not going to list all these in the description box below. There's just too many of them. I think when I counted individually, there's 40 books. 40 books here for me to read. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really, really happy to have these. Thank you so much to my friend of the podcast for sending this my way and Bree's way, of course. I'm working on getting these shelves organized because I know a lot of you have been asking for my bookshelf tours on the Harlequin books. I'm hoping in the next few months. It's going to take some time. I actually need to get another shelf. I've had to move the stuff. I don't know if you can tell, but there's nothing in the bottom shelf here because we've had some incidences with my cat and the fact that a couple of my books were destroyed. So that's all I'm going to say. So I need to keep stuff off the bottom shelf, which is why these are all jam-packed. But I need another bookshelf, and once I have that, then it'll open this up a lot more. So yeah, so anyway, guys, that is it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. And until my next one, everybody, take care and happy reading. Thank you all so much for watching. Bye, guys.